Welcome back to the AB Scout Project, where we size the world to Alpha Bravo. I'm Krager, and this is Alpha Bravo. Today we're going to clear out the remaining special teams of G1 and G2. First off, we'll start with the remaining Turbo Masters. We've covered Thunderclash, Rotor Storm, and Boss. Of the remaining Flash, Hurricane, and Scorch, only Scorch got a BotCon recolor of Classic's Hound here. The other two will take customs to get an update for G1. So for Scorch, BotCon wins. For Flash and Hurricane, G1 wins. Next up, we'll look at the Motivators, Flame, Gripper, and Lightspeed. The only one that played a prominent part of lore was a different version of Flame that was an Autobot scientist in the Marvel and IDW comics. Even if it's not the right IDW side of the continuity, the G1 Motivator is the only Flame toy. So, for the Motivators, G1 wins. Next we'll look at the accelerators, Rapido, Scram, Turbofire, and Windbreaker. Of the four, I only have Scram here. Rapido was the only one that got an upgrade with a BotCon recolor of Classic's Prowl here. So for Rapido, the BotCon wins. For the rest, G1, G2 wins. Windbreaker did have a Japanese counterpart similar to the Master Force Power Masters. Karzap here was a recolor of the T-30 Bumblebee mold. And then we had a wave of water shooting cars, the Aqua Speeders, Color Changers, and Stormtroopers. I'm surprised no one got sued over that. I only have Drench here. Rage, Drench, Autobot and Decepticon, Aqua Blast, Hydra Dread, GoBots, Deluge, Autobot and Decepticon, Jetstorm, Autobot and Decepticon, and Speedstream only have G1. We've covered the other light speeders and track-ons. The last is Calcar. I've got Fierce Swoop standing in for him. He only had G1, so the G1 wins. Similarly, we have one Obliterator left, Clinch. He got a G1, which Revenge of the Fallen Bludgeon is standing in for, and a BotCon recolor of Universe Hardhead here. For playability, the BotCon wins. For the Rotor Force, Leadfoot, Manta Ray, Power Dive, and Ransack, I only got Manta Ray here as the G2 representative. For G1 IDW, Leadfoot's Lead Feet, and Non-Beast Wars Manta Ray, they each had a G2 and a PCC that Sky's Hammer is standing in for. For playability, the PCC wins. For IDW appearance, the G2 wins. There will be a new legacy version of Leadfoot released by Amazon that's from the Kingdom Mirage mold. I've already got him on pre-order, and I'm sure he'll be our new Leadfoot. For Power Dive, he had a G2 and a Generations recolor of the Hunt for Decepticons Highbrow that Tyrannicon is a height stand-in for. He didn't appear in IDW, so Generations wins for playability. And the last one of the Rotoforce Ransack had several name reuses. The Rotoforce version only had the G2. The last one we haven't covered is the Velocitronian version. It's obviously the Cybertron Ransack here. So, 2 Ransacks for the price of 1. Next up is the Laser Rods. I've only got Volt of the originals. Volt, Sizzle, and Jolt only had their G2 molds. Jolt did have a Revenge of the Fallen toys, but that's a different character. Electro got a BotCon release, which is a good thing since the original is usually only found in piles of gold plastic dust. Next we're looking at the G2 GoBots. Blowout, Firecracker, High Beam, Motormouth, and Gearhead here. They only got the G2 releases. Night Racer got a BotCon G2 release and a TFCC recolor of the T-30 tailgate that Windcharger here is a recolor remold of. So, use the TFCC. For Double Clutch, he got a PCC release as well as the G2. So, use the PCC for playability. So, finally wrapping up the G1 and G2, we've got the Laser Cycles Road Pig and Road Rocket, the European Power Masters Bullet Bike, Mean Streak, and Stacks, and the Autoroller Dirtbag here that only got a G2 release. So, the G2 wins for all. Alright, that wraps up G1 and the colorful G2. Thanks for joining us today on the AB Scout Project. If there's a character you'd like to see, put your requests in the comments below, although there aren't too many left. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see y'all later.